Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am 23. I wanted to share 23 things that I learned in 23 years of life. I feel like I learned a good amount of things within my very short life so far. There's still much life to have, but I feel like I still learned a good amount, and I think 23 is a good amount of stuff to share with people. But yeah, if you're new, I'm Sky, and here I like to do a little bit of whatever inspires me. So if you end up enjoying the video, feel free to like and subscribe. And yeah, let's just get right into the video. Number one, you can only control yourself. I feel like that's a very simple thing to understand, but I feel like we get caught up so much in trying to control the outcome of every single thing in our lives to where we start thinking that like, oh, we can control every outcome, and it's just we cause so much anxiety within ourselves, like thinking that we can control other people or like the outcomes or like how other people view us. You cannot. The only thing that you can control is yourself, and everything outside of you is completely out of your hands. Completely just try to embrace the idea of letting go. I just think that is something that I learned a lot, and you can't control outcomes. You can't control how people view you. You can't control if people care about you. You can't control anything outside of yourself. So what you can do is just try to make yourself the happiest that you can. So if that involves you removing yourself from certain situations or just cutting contact with certain kinds of people that just bring you down, that's all you can control. You can't fix everything all of the time. Number two, not everybody is going to want the best for you, and that is okay. You need to want the best for you and just move on from it. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and you shouldn't want to be. That would mean that you would have to conform for some people to like you, because not everybody is going to like the same things. You can't appease everybody with every single thing that you do, because if nothing else, you're going to start neglecting certain people that might be real, like ride or dies for you, or you'll just end up betraying yourself. With friendships and relationships, there comes a lot of sacrifice and compromising, but like there are people out there that don't want the best for you because it will affect them in some way. And you have to be okay with that, and you have to be willing to like get those people out of your life as well, because those are the kind of people that are stagnant. They're like little leeches in your life. They want the good stuff, but they don't want any real responsibility. And all of this to say, like, it's not going to take away pain or hurt from experiencing this kind of betrayal or just like poor treatment. It's just a way to reframe it after you are able to go through the first couple waves of emotions. Because I like to frame it as like, at the end of the day, I for sure have myself. So if there's people out there that don't care about my well-being, okay, but I need to want the best for myself. I need to care about my own well-being. So as long as I keep that good head on my shoulders, it's easier to get over that feeling of like, oh, why doesn't this person like me? You're not going to be liked by everybody. I firmly believe, though, that it's better to be kind to all than kind to none, but a friend to all is a friend to none. Number three, embarrassment is subjective. I would rather be cringe than sad. I would rather be the most cringy person in a room, embracing like all of the millennial coded things of like, life is so beautiful. Guys, look at the sunset. I would rather be that person and mean everything that I'm saying than be worried about if I'm coming across nonchalant and cool. It's only embarrassing if you make it embarrassing. It's a little hard to get to that point, but I feel like it's something that everybody should be trying to strive towards. Nothing is lost if the goal was experience. That's how I feel a lot of the time. I feel like we take everything way too seriously when it's really not that deep. Like feeling embarrassed for like 5 minutes, yeah, you're gonna think about it in the middle of the night in like a year from now. However, you can at least look back on that situation and think like, okay, well, at least I had fun. We're just pushing towards the next thing and not really experiencing life in the moment. And that makes some people look at some people that are as cringe. I like experiencing life. I love life at the moment. So I don't know, the idea of people just like pushing it away because of how they fear that the things they're going to say or do is going to be viewed is so sad to me. So pick and choose what you're willing to allow yourself to be embarrassed by. Like obviously, like it's not as easily done as said. I feel like I spent so much of my life feeling embarrassed of being embarrassed. I'd rather not live the next 23 years of my life like that. Number four, friendship is the most fulfilling investment that you can ever make. With everything that went on with the pandemic, it's so hard to make genuine human connections. Like there's no liminal spaces really, especially for younger people than me. And we're resorting to only meeting people while online. Like there's no authentic like meeting in person kind of interaction. And I wish that would come back. But I think that friendship is one of the best investments that you can make, because not only are these people that like you spend time with and you get really close with, it's an emotional thing, but it's also you get to make like really crazy memories of going to certain certain places with them that you wouldn't go to alone. Number 5, observing how you react to things that trigger you and taking note of all of the things that like help calm you down and like make you feel better. It is the most important part of going through things. I think that we don't study ourselves enough. Like obviously it's harder in certain situations. Like this is obviously a thing of discernment because you can't expect yourself to go through like life-altering trauma and be like, oh, well, I'm gonna study myself. But like through little things, like if you are just really freaking out because like your anxiety is really high one day, and I'm talking from experience, you're going to want to take note of the things that are able to effectively calm you down for a while and what is actually helpful during those time frames when nobody else is around and you can't like call a friend, you can't get a therapy appointment like super quickly. When you don't have resources like that, I think it's better to try to at least attempt to study yourself on what helps you during those situations. Because if you don't, you're just going to end up repeating the cycle over and over again, and you're never going to be able to calm yourself down from literally anything. It's just going to be like 3 hours until your body naturally like regulates itself. But if you're able to do things that just ground you in some way, I feel like it's just a lot more helpful and just better for your health, like your physical well-being. It really is just one of those things to where it will benefit nobody but you. So I hope that people hear this and they take it into consideration. I'm not like saying that every single time I go through anything negative, I'm instantly like, oh, we need to observe the inner workings of my mind. The inner workings of my mind is an enigma, because that's really difficult for like anybody to ask of anybody. We're all just human. We're all just trying our best. Number 6, your relationship with your body can be neutral. Body positivity is not always the best option for everybody. And honestly, like it can change day to day. You can feel super positive about your body and be like, I love my body. It looks great. It's exactly what I want, to feeling more neutral. Like it just does what it needs to do. It gets me through life. It's just there. You know, not really thinking too heavily on anything positive or negative. It doesn't need to be positive all the time because you are human and you're subjected to so many other people and their body types and all of the different rhetoric online. I really do think that body neutrality is, at least for me, the best thing. I think it's often the best thing for a lot of people, especially if they struggle with adopting the body positive mindset. I think it's a beautiful movement. I love the movement. It's just not the thing for everybody, just like everything else is. Like every single thing is not the thing for every single person. It is different person to person, and I think that body neutrality needs to be talked a little bit more. And I think it is within the body positivity movement because it's something other than negative, and it's embracing your body for what it does and its capabilities. And like, that's so beautiful about the human body, is like it does so many things. It's able to fight off diseases and illnesses. It's able to recover from injury. It's so wonderful how the human body works. And I think that that is what I focus on more, rather than it's not the right shape or like it's to this or it's perfectly this. Like I don't really lean into any extreme, and I think that that's just the best place for me to be. And I want to open up that conversation for other people as well. Like body neutrality, I feel like needs to be talked about more. Love is never wasted, even on people that misuse it. I know this is one of those more controversial things, and I feel like it is different situation to situation, like depending on the severity of misuse. For at least what I'm talking about, to where it's like people that just don't treat you the nicest, but aren't like really leading into bully or abusive territory. It's just like they weren't the most respectful in some situations, or they took advantage of your kindness or betrayed you in some way that was more light. I think that those are the kinds of people that need love the most, are the ones that are a little bit troubled. I never like to look at love in any capacity, romantic or platonic, as it's a sign of waste. If somebody hurts me and I love them deeply, I don't know. I feel like love is never wasted. It was an experience and it taught me something. I feel like it's one of those things to where no matter what, that person needed it, and I'm happy I was the one that gave it to them. It sucks what happened, but at least I know that I did my best in that situation. And I do think that that is something that you only really digest after the heightened feelings of being hurt by this person, or, you know, going through at least feeling like your love was wasted. I feel like you need to feel that. I feel like natural to immediately just go to that extreme feeling. I've gone there, but I always come to that conclusion of it wasn't really wasted. It was what it was, and it is what it is. Number 8, being single is not the end of the world. I think it is the best time to learn the most about yourself. I think there are genuinely people out there that do authentically believe and might honestly be their truth, that a romantic relationship is going to be the only thing that brings them true happiness in life. I think that's really sad, but I feel like you should spend the time that you are single looking inwards and like trying to do some kind of inner self work, because that means that you can show up more fully and authentically to the relationship, and you're not just showing up to get your heart broken because like you're a bum, like you don't do anything, or like you're constantly insecure, or like X, Y, or Z. And there's nothing wrong with people like that. It's just they have inner work to do. Being single isn't the end of the world. Like, I genuinely don't understand that rhetoric. Number 9, sometimes your gut is right and you should definitely trust it. Sometimes when you get a bad vibe, it's not just you being pretentious. It's not you doing X, Y, or Z wrong and you're just like jumping to conclusions or whatever. I love to hold space for like, oh, maybe I'm overreacting about something, but sometimes that isn't the case. And I feel like everybody should try to channel their intuition and trust their gut sometimes. I love this post on Pinterest where it's like, trust your gut. Dude, I have anxiety. Everything tells me to abort mission. I found out that anxiety is like more up here and intuition and gut feelings are literally more in your stomach, and it will be more of a calm thought, whereas anxiety is a little bit more like that scribble adjust like thing that is in cartoons in your head. But that's how I determine the difference. And I feel like we have a nervous system and then we have our gut feelings. Both want to look out for us. It's just your gut feelings will be a little bit more well channeled, I feel like. Number 10, aging is a blessing denied to many. Each year alive is a very valid reason to celebrate. I feel like a lot of people tend to save the big fun things for when you turn a big number, like your 21st birthday, 30th birthday, your 50th birthday, and then so on and so forth. And then you run out of milestones at that point. Yeah, like maybe go a little bit extra, but like you don't need to be like, oh, well, I'm turning 22, like nothing's really special about it, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to stay at home. And like, if that's what you want to do, that's completely fine, but don't let it be something that you end up doing just because you are influenced by societal norms and pressures of like, oh, 22 isn't that spectacular. 22 is great. I'm so proud of you for getting to 22. It's a reason to celebrate. Like, you being alive is a reason to celebrate, and it's celebrating your birth. Like, I'm pretty sure the people that you love and that love you back want to celebrate the fact that you are here. If absolutely nothing else, at least think about it more positively. You don't need to like take what I'm saying and be like, oh, I'm gonna throw like a freaking blockbuster like blowout party for 23. You know, I'm not even doing that. But I'm definitely going to enjoy myself. I'm thinking positively of it. I'm happy I got to 23. Like, it's a blessing to be able to be here at this age. Not everybody gets to this point. Like, there's some people that literally didn't even leave childhood. I don't like how everybody is so afraid of aging. I don't understand that. Like, you should be so blessed. I want to show all my smile lines and cry lines and all that stuff because that's what makes you so human. It's literally evidence of a life well lived. I don't know, I feel like we're all just like moving so far away from having touch with reality. Celebrate your birthday, but also like let yourself age. I don't understand it. Like, if you have some insecurities, like, it's your body, you do what you want to do to it, but don't think that you can outrun aging. It's something that is going to happen. It's the one certainty in life is that we are going to age and we're eventually going to get to an end point. Don't live your life constantly running from it. I do this as I'm doing skincare to take care of my skin, but I do mean it. Number 11, we all need to take responsibility for our lives at some point. We have to individually be responsible for picking ourselves back up after bad things happen in life, whether it be a rejection, a hurtful argument, or whatever it may be. We have to be the ones responsible for picking ourselves up at the end of the day because no one else is going to do it, especially not the person that hurt you. Like, nobody else is going to come in and like swoop me up and like be the hero at the end of the day. It's not a movie. I always think about that. It's just like, if I did not try to fix the mess that I found myself in caused by other people, I would still be in that mess because nobody would have came to fix it for me. And if I allowed somebody to like take the role of fixing it for me, as soon as that person would leave, suddenly I'm in that mess again because it would only be a band-aid. Other people can't help heal you. You have to do that on your own. You do not need to hate them in order to heal. You do not need their apology in order to heal. You do not need to have that last conversation in order to heal. You just need to love yourself more than your need for their validation, because their disrespect was the closure. There's not going to be a magical conversation that suddenly heals everything, because if you were hurt by them, no amount of conversation, no amount of validation from them is going to change the fact that they hurt you. And adding more to a situation like having a few years go by and then you reach out for that conversation, it can sometimes make you backslide because they're not going to always tell you the things that you want to hear. I feel like there's rare situations where maybe an apology will be the thing that helps you like overcome more, but I don't think it's always the case. I don't always think that having that last conversation with somebody is the healthiest option for some people. And sometimes it is just the healthiest option to leave things as they are than to add more to it, despite how much you want to make a change or like extend that olive branch. Sometimes that is the better option, and I feel like some people take that as like, oh well, you don't get it, I do get it, that's why I'm saying this. Like sometimes it isn't the best option. I'm not saying it's not the best option all the time. Like obviously there are situations where that is better for some people, but I don't think it's always the thing that you need. Number 13, sometimes you really do just need to eat, sleep, drink water, or go outside. Sometimes you do just need to move your body. Sometimes you just need to have one of these healthy things in your life happen, because sometimes that is the reason why you're feeling like crud. Sometimes it is, not all the time. And I think we also, this is off topic, but I feel like we like tend to take those things for granted sometimes. Like it's a blessing to be able to go outside and you're in a safe environment. It's a blessing to be able to go outside and the air quality is decent. It's a blessing to be able to have food to eat and water to drink that's clean. It's such a blessing to have these things, and sometimes it is the answer for why you're feeling like crud, but it's also just something that you should be like taking advantage of because a lot of people don't have these things. Number 14, I truly do believe this too. Not everything is that deep. Sometimes people will say things to you and it's not because they have an issue with you, it's because they're acting out because of something else that happened in their life. Like if you have a friend that blows up at you over something, then it's probably because they either have an issue with you or they might have just gotten into an argument with their parent or their significant other or another friend, and you were just in the wrong place at the wrong time saying the wrong thing. They were probably already heightened on stress, therefore it's not that deep. An apology is still necessary, but I don't think that it is that deep. Sometimes some people are just acting out against something else and it has nothing to do with you. Not everything is that deep and not everything is super personal. Number 15, a person's opinion of you is only important if you make it be. Like you can't take everybody's opinion into consideration all of the time, but there are people out there that genuinely are just so sensitive to every single person's opinion of them. And like I feel that I was like that. Before you let somebody tear down what you're doing or like have an opinion on you, you should ask yourself, why do I care? Like you can pick and choose who you allow to have a significant voice in your life. I think it's a lot healthier if you do that. Like back in the day, we did not have access to every single person's comment on our lives underneath a post that we make. We did not have like millions of group chats of everybody in our class talking about every single person. We didn't have Instagrams talking about the drama in our middle schools. I feel like that was a lot more healthy that we didn't have that, but now that we have that, we care too much about everyone's opinion, and that leads to us being so afraid of being perceived, and that leads to us being more embarrassed and allowing us to like want to be more nonchalant, and then we lose human connection. And I feel like it's all connected in the multiverse. It's easier to not care about certain people's opinions if you evaluate their role in your life. If they are somebody you care about, love, or like really look up to where you want to be like them in some way, then maybe consider them. But if it's just a person in your math class, who cares? You can choose to care about their opinion of you. Like obviously I'm not talking about bullying. I feel like it's such a waste of life to care so much about everybody else's possible opinion of you. I feel like it just makes you feel so trapped in pleasing everybody. Number 16, some people can truly just not meet you as deeply as you can meet them. So the best thing that you can do is let them live in their chosen reality and just not be a victim of it. There are people out there that just genuinely don't care enough to, I guess, be a friend to a person or be a significant other in like the healthiest way, and they will put the blame on to you. Like you can be the most enlightened person on the planet and you can try so hard to help them get to that point, but they will live in the reality that they chose. If they are choosing to always just see themselves as the victim in every single situation, if you are wronged by them, they're going to continue thinking that. They're not going to change no matter how much you can try to get them to see your side on things. Sometimes like you just need to walk away from those situations and let them live in their chosen reality. Like I saw this quote on Pinterest and it said something along the lines of, there are some people out there that will never grow or change. They will just find new people that will tolerate the bad things that they do or something like that. I think that's really true. Like there are some people that even after big blow-ups or whatever, they don't change, they don't learn, they don't take it in stride and just do better the next time, even though they won't talk to the person they hurt anymore. They won't do better next time. They will just find new people that will be tolerant of the things that they do that hurt that person. I feel like for some people, it's just like you don't want to accept the fact that you can be wrong, and some people don't know themselves well enough and are self-assured enough to be able to process the fact that they could be wrong or that they could have hurt somebody else, so they just deny the fact that they did. And I don't think it has anything to do with the person that they hurt. It has everything to do with them. Back to like, nothing is that personal. Sometimes their lack of acknowledgement of their own wrongdoing is just a demonstration of their own neglect of their own self. Like, they don't study themselves, they don't learn themselves. Number 17, motivation is worthless without discipline. And I learned this so hard recently. I feel like I hit a lot of academic burnout recently. I'm almost done with college. I am almost with my bachelor's degree. With getting close to the end, it's very hard to like keep up that momentum. I realized that I've been functioning mainly on motivation, meaning that I have to basically be in the mood to care about doing well in school. That is not the best thing to do, especially when you get more busy, so you have more stuff to do. You cannot wait until the last minute when you feel motivated in order to do that. And I've always been aware of this concept, it's just I never really noticed it with my academics until recently. It's one of those things to where you will only notice what you're really running on motivation with when you hit that burnout and you're not able to possibly hit a deadline. You end up getting to like that last minute timeline, and then you have motivation and you're like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna get this done. You work for like 9 hours straight and it gets to be so hard. Like, motivation is saying like, oh, I'm inspired, like I want to do this thing. Discipline is I'm going to get myself to do this thing because I know this thing is good for me. And even though you might not want to, you still get yourself to do it because it is something good for you. Motivation is the thing that makes you feel inspired. Discipline is the thing that makes you actually get there. Like, you're never going to see the results of your work basically if you are only focusing on motivation, because motivation is sporadic. Discipline is a routine. It will be more consistent overall. Number 18, your comfort zone is designed to be left. Staying in it will definitely stunt you. It's one of the rare truths in life. And being scared to do something is usually an indication that you should do it. Obviously, within reason, all of this is within reason. Like, I'm not saying that like, oh, if you're scared to get hit by a bus, you should go out and go be hit by a bus. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if like you're scared to be the leader of a group project, because you're just like, oh, like I don't want to be responsible for all of that, maybe you should give it a try just so you can learn the skills of project management and being able to be that leading force in things. I've been the project leader before. Sometimes it sucks, sometimes it's really great, but if I never chose to try to be one, I would not know how to do it. Now I can rely on myself to be able to do that if nobody else wants to step up. Your comfort zone, you have to leave it in order to grow in life. Like, if you constantly are staying within the confines of your comfort zone, you're never going to try anything new, because you're only going to be comfortable with certain things that have certain attributes of things that you have done in the past. And that's a very small like group of things. And being out of your comfort zone, it doesn't mean that you need to climb Mount Everest tomorrow or anything like that. It's just trying new things that you wouldn't normally do if you were just like picking from your little catalog of past experiences. I'm not saying that I love leaving my comfort zone, but it's better to leave it than to just be a prisoner of it. Number 19, you can end the cycle. It will be hard, but you can. You just need to genuinely become fed up with it. You cannot end a cycle and still be mildly okay with it. Like, if you're fed up with doom scrolling, the cycle that you know will keep you from doing your homework on time or getting like the work done that you need to do, or if you know that hanging out with a specific kind of person just makes you feel super drained, like, you can stop these cycles at any given time. You just need to understand that the thing that will get you there is actually establishing the fact that you are fed up with it and then acting in accordance with that fed up feeling. Number 20, you are a lot stronger than you think that you are. If you think that you cannot make it through something, you most likely can. I feel like us as humans, we tend to downplay our strength. Sometimes, me personally, I feel like I have surprised myself over and over and over and over and over and over again. I feel like a lot of other people can too. Like, we just need to get out of that mindset of like, oh, I can't deal with this, I can't make it, like I can't make it without this person in my life. You most likely can, it's just going to hurt right now. Heightened emotions just make it very hard to see more realistic long term. Right now it feels like you can't live with like that friend in your life. As time goes on, it's going to get easier to deal with. I don't know, I feel like we don't give ourselves enough credit, you know, when it comes to overcoming things. I feel like we're a lot stronger than we think that we are. We're just very fragile emotionally sometimes, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Like, I don't think that fragility is something to be looked down upon at all. Number 21, do not put yourself in a box. You contain multitudes. One day I'll dress in a certain way that is like a certain kind of aesthetic, and then the next day I'll dress the complete opposite of it. And there is room for both of those within me. I want to be everything all at once. I think that's a beautiful part of life, is just trying a bunch of different things and liking a bunch of different things and being able to represent all of the things that you like. Like us as humans, when we consume content from other people, we like brands, we like having consistency, we like knowing what to expect. And when people don't pigeonhole themselves, when they don't put themselves in a box in a certain category, then it's a little startling to us to watch and consume, because we technically just see like stuff on TV. Like those are curated characters that often are just certain archetypes, but sometimes people have multitudes. We have layers. We're ogres. We're like an onion. More people need to be okay with liking everything all at once. Number 22, you deserve the best even when you don't believe it. We constantly think the least of ourselves, and I feel like we need to sometimes have a little bit of positivity, not toxic positivity, not like crippling positivity or anything like that. So even when you feel like you don't deserve a promotion or you don't deserve a healthy relationship, you definitely do. And I think that it's important that we think that we do, sometimes at least. Like thinking that all of the time is a little unrealistic because we're human beings. And at least have it be a reminder here that if you don't think you deserve good things, you definitely do. Literally, no matter what anybody says to you, you do deserve the best. So if somebody's trying to convince you that you don't, or that you shouldn't have done something that led to you having a betterment in your life because of X, Y, or Z reasons, whatever it is, if it improved your life in some way and it didn't hurt anybody, you deserve the best, regardless of what anybody else says. And lastly, number 23, change is scary, but it is better than staying the same in a world that is always changing. You cannot be like a redwood tree and just consistently be the same when the world is changing around you. And I don't mean the kind of change to where it's like conforming to the world or like changing how you are for yourself to be able to fit in or anything like that. I think just changing and growing, just allowing yourself to take up space. And if that means cutting certain people off, if that means making new connections or reconnecting old connections, whatever it may be, like those are changes that you are making to your life. If you want to suddenly change your major, like I did, and go and pursue something different, if you want to change that job, if you want to start that business, if you want to suddenly settle down and have a family so you start dating literally on a random Tuesday, I think that those are changes that you should be completely okay and even excited about making. I think that staying the same and just going through the motions, like every day is mundane and nothing is different, like change up your schedule a little bit, like even small little changes like that, like try a different coffee shop. Whatever it is, I feel like it's important to just change in some ways. Like don't always let every single day and every single year of your life look identical to the other. Something greater could be on the other side of change, and I always love to think that something greater could be on the other side of change. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.